Guys, supplementation to me is the doorway into everything. Even for coaching to be really effective, I find that the first doorway in, the easiest access point to improving our overall holistic wellness is through our diet. And unfortunately, the word diet usually connotes something restrictive or regimented or scheduled or planned. And what happens is when we do that right at the onset, we're setting ourselves up for failure. The type of coaching that I do here is positive and additive, right? There is no restricting in anything that we do, and that includes diet, even if your goal is weight loss. And so, how do we go about creating a healthy lifestyle for ourselves without feeling restricted? And the solution I found for myself after 20 years of battling my body, no joke, was supplementation. And so I actually heard about this particular company. It's called Amari Global, the mental wellness company, while I was in an outpatient clinic at the VA, getting a diagnosis for my PTSD. I was struggling a lot. I suffered something that's called military sexual trauma, and I couldn't get a grip. I couldn't get my feet under me. And I finally reached out for help. And the doctor wanted to put me on some pretty heavy duty meds. And something inside of me was like, girl, take a beat. And at that same time, I was scrolling through my phone, literally in the waiting room. And I read about Amari Global, and it said holistic mental wellness through good foods and supplementation. And something in me said, girl, run. And I did. I left the doctor's office, and that was 4 years ago, and I haven't looked back. And so my decision to incorporate the supplementation with my coaching practice is not something that I did lightly, because the last thing that I want my clients to feel like is that I'm selling them something. But the reality is, I want you to be successful. And the only way that I have found success is through a diet improvement through supplementation first. Listen, ideally, we wouldn't need to take supplements, right? If we ate a perfect Mediterranean diet with the right proportions and ingredients that were, from the earth and prepared properly and nothing made in a factory, we wouldn't need to supplement. But that's not our reality, right? And so how do we find that balance? It's through supplementation. And so the research is super clear that a Mediterranean diet supports not only physical wellness, right? People live longer, they sleep better, they have less stress by eating a biodiverse diet that is mostly from foods from the earth, whether it's beans, fish, legumes, whole plants, fruits, vegetables, all that stuff. But what the science is really showing us is that our gut microbiome, right? The trillions of bacteria that live in us impact our mood states, our vigor, our joy, more than we ever realized. And so by using a supplementation that's specifically for what you need, that supports a decrease in cortisol, which is belly fat, and anxiety, depression, and increases things like vigor or serotonin, which is your feel-good hormone. It's produced in your belly. And so by adding in a supplement at the beginning of this process, it helps regulate our mood states. It helps us decrease brain fog. And then all of the work that we do from there on out is much more effective because now you're operating with a system that works like it's meant to. And so I do offer discounts for people that do go ahead and use the supplementation and sign up for coaching as well. We'll bundle it. We'll make it reasonable for you. But also all the supplementation comes with a 1-year full guarantee. You can return it all within a year. Return the empty packages. Use it for a year. And the reason that the company stands so hard behind that long timeline is that we're changing a whole microbiome. We're creating a whole new environment, and it takes a little bit of time for that to occur. And so we don't want the stress of, it's not a 6-day fix. It's not a 10-day fix. It's over time. We're creating lifelong changes. And so I wanted to address that here because not only has it changed my life, it's gotten me to this point here. I'm no doubt part of it is using the supplementation that helped me open the door. I've seen significant changes in my children. I have a son with autism, and he has had his best school year ever in the middle of COVID since I've regulated his microbiome with the kids supplementation. And I also have a son who has anxiety, and he was prescribed Xanax, to the point where like the school was calling me concerned about his well-being. His anxiety was so severe. And 3 months on the kids protocol, not only was he not on the meds anymore, but the teachers called to thank me for putting him on meds, so that he could focus better in school. He's not on any meds. So I just wanted to put this here to discuss why it's so important to me. Get it out of the way ahead of time. Go ahead and ask questions. Let's have a conversation. But this to me is the entryway to all the wellness things. It's the easiest way in. We're just adding in some good stuff that eventually will help you make better decisions, and you'll add in more and you'll feel better and you'll do better, and the cycle continues. Okay, bye.